Okay, guys, so today we're doing a masterclass called Thou Shall Not Be in Debt. Okay, so obligation versus allegation. Okay, so I wanted to have this class, and I don't know, is my computer sharing my screen? I don't think so. Can y'all see this now?
Yep, it's sharing out here.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, with obligation versus allegation, I wanted to really take a deep dive into like people always ask, well, Kiara, do I have to pay them? And I always like to tell people that, well, do you? Because this goes a little deeper into the laws and how they support us and how our lack of knowledge honestly causes us to have further hardships than we need, to be honest, because we just don't know this stuff. I mean, I've been studying and studying and studying. I'm continuing to study to get access to this information. So this wouldn't be something that most people would know. So we're going to talk about obligation versus allegation, meaning, is it an obligation to pay or is it an alleged debt? Okay. And that's how we got to start looking at anybody who says we owe anything. Is it an allegation, or are they harassing you? Are they saying that you owe this money? Do they have proof that you owe? Or is it slander? Or they're slandering your name? Are you obligated to pay? Where does it state that you're obligated? Is there a contract? Where is the proof that I owe you any money? Okay, so we're going to be talking about debt. I'm going to be diving deep up in here, period. Okay, so here's the overview. We're going to be talking about the FCRA, the true definition of debt, obligation versus allegation, debt verification, debt validation, a few definitions, FDCPA versus creditors, and finance charges. Okay. So if y'all are ready, let me hear y'all say, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Unmute yourself. Are
Ready.
y'all ready to learn this tea? Come on, y'all. Wake up. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, y'all ready? All right, because y'all was sounding quiet. I was feeling a little nervous. I'm like, I think they sleep. Okay. Y'all ready? Let's go. Oh. Come on, milestone. All right, there we go. There we go. So first, we're going to talk about the FCRA, which we know as the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, this is our best friend because it's going to protect us as a consumer to make sure that everything on our credit report is accurate and fair, right? So this is the law that states that you can basically dispute any negative item on your credit report because you have the right to an accurate and fair credit report. It regulates the way credit reporting agencies can collect, access, use, and share the data they collect in your consumer reports. So you can elect to not be your information to be shared, right? Because you never provided them information to share it. So we'll get more into that. Information in consumer report cannot be provided to anyone who does not have permissible purpose for accessing your consumer file. So think about this. Who would have permissible purpose for accessing your consumer file? Who do you give permission to look at your consumer file?
People like when you go like apply for like loans or like cars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So they do make you sign a paper saying that, like, sometimes even when you're doing a background check, they put verbiage that, we just sign it, but they actually put verbiage in there to seek your consumer file. And I don't know if you all have ever seen your consumer file, but it has everything from the insurance that you have, any accidents that you've had, jobs that you've worked at, phone numbers you've had, addresses you had, like items that you've returned, jobs you have worked at, job information, if you quit, if you got fired, if you never called back in, all of your information. Does that make sense? And when we're signing those background checks, we don't realize that we're giving them permission to access our consumer file. And we have no say-so on what's being provided, okay? But who are they getting these reports from? Who are they getting them from? Well, we're going to talk about that a little further, but there is so many consumer reporting agencies out here, y'all. Now, we know that obviously the biggest ones are the ones that we hear of the most, which is going to be like TransUnion, it's going to be Experian, it's going to be Equifax, right? Those are the three major ones because they're not bureaus. The only bureau is the CFPB, which is Consumer Protection Bureau. That's the only bureau. The rest of them are just for-profit organizations that profit off sharing your private information. That's how they make money. They charge people, they collect all of our data. All of the three major consumer reporting agencies that we just listed also have our medical data because all of them also own medical data companies. So they have our medical data, they have our financial data, they have our job data, they have our banking data. They literally have your entire life. And if you've done any of the ancestral DNA test or any type of DNA test, they also have your DNA. So with that, they put together a file. So whenever someone asks about you, they give it to them. And sometimes without your permission. And in exchange for that, they say, well, you have the right to dispute any item on your consumer report, and consumer reporting agencies and companies that provide the information must investigate the disputed information. Well, we know that that's not always fair, the way the items are being reported. And we also know that most times it's not accurate what's being reported because it tells one side of the story, right? Now, sometimes we really do owe these people. Sometimes we really do owe these people. And sometimes, we fell on hard times and we couldn't make the payment. Fine. But there's no law that states that anything has to report, whether good or bad. Okay. So consumer reports legally must be 100% fair and accurate. So if it says that it was late, but you wasn't late that month, then it's false. If the amount that's on there is wrong, then it's false. If they say the high credit was this amount and it wasn't, then it's false. If they said that the account was open on one day and then another agency said it was open on another day, then it's false. It has to be 100% accurate and fair, or it's false. If your limit is reporting wrong, it's false. If your last payment date is reporting wrong, if the date that it closes is reporting wrong, then it's false. And that's how I want you guys to start looking at your consumer reports. It either is or it isn't, period. Okay. So we're going to talk about why the law was enacted, right? Which is 15 USC 1681. Okay. So one of the reasons that they passed this law was based on the following: the banking system. Now, back in the day, the banking system was really big. Before there was really credit, it was just a barter system, and small businesses would just write down what you owed and then keep track of it, right? Well, they had to figure out a way to manage credit a little better. Okay. So once they started, or back in the day, they would just slander your name like, oh, he never paid, but there was no way to truly know if that person really paid or not. So once the banking system was created, it was dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. So inaccurate credit reports directly impair and affect your banking system and any type of public confidence that you would have, people would have in you, right? Because you have to think about it. Before credit was even a thing, if you say, oh, back in the day, I'll say, okay, I'm going to pay you back when I get paid. I need, a cow. Well, if you ain't paid for that cow, then they would just slander your name. So they're like, no, we need a better way. So they created credit, physical credit. This company, this country, aka this company, was built off of credit. We are one of the major company. I mean, when I say company, it's really a company, y'all. But corporations that was built off credit. If you go to the Middle East and places like Africa, there's not a credit system. Like there's no credit in Africa. There's no credit in some of the major countries because it's really big here. Some other countries have credit, but they're mostly European countries. Most people, if they can't afford to pay cash for it, then they just don't have it. Does that make sense, guys? Y'all following me?
Yep, that makes sense.
Making sense? Making sense?
Yes.
All right. So pay attention to the word dependent in the first sentence of the FCRA. The banking system is dependent on credit. Okay. I remember I just said this corporation, they built the banking system, they built the country on credit, and now the country is dependent on credit. Being dependent on something means you can't survive without it. So if the corporation that we live, that represents the United States, we live in the United States, if they can't survive without credit, how can we? I mean, it's literally a game that you have to play. That's how they became rich. That's how they have the money they have. That's how they've been able to do the things they do. They leverage credit to build wealth. They leverage credit to build this corporation to what it is today and what we know as the United States. And who originates credit? Who originates the credit? Now, remember, the banking system is dependent on credit. Being dependent on something means you can't survive without it. Okay, so you can't survive without credit, but who originates the credit? So who can't they survive without? You, me,
People.
and everybody on this call, correct? Because when we apply for credit, any part of a credit transaction, we're giving the company our social to make the transaction possible, which is meaning that we're originating the credit. So companies try to make it seem like, oh, we gave you this credit. Yes, but we originated it. You pulled that from me. You pulled that from me, right? And we're going to go a little deeper. So if the banking system depends on credit and you originate the credit, this makes you the most valuable player. If you were to decide to stop giving the banks credit, it would just basically diminish the entire value of the entire banking system. We are the most powerful beings in the credit game. Like, it's literally chess, not checkers. Because again, the banks, they'll take our money that we put into the banks, they'll invest it in other branches, real estate, gold, and all these other things, right? And then as we're paying them the money back that really, we're just pulling from our bond, we're paying interest on that money. So the banks get paid in fees and interest. So you are powerful because without you, they could never originate credit. The banks takes other people's money and loan it to you. Banks never really hold any of their own money. They are like the whole definition of OPM. They started this OPM movement, other people's money. And look at some of the big banks like JP Morgan Chase. Look at Bank of America. Look at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has been sued multiple times for predatory lending. Bank of America has now rolled out a system to help more Black people purchase homes, but it's systematically racism all through these big banks because they literally would cap who and where and what can get money and would only give money to a certain demographic of people, and then educate us on the fact that and then created these credit scores that we know nothing about, that then tells us what we can and can't be approved for. Credit scores were created to stop and to hold you to a certain social standard. If you don't have this, then you can't sit with us. When credit scores true definition, y'all, true definition would not matter because you originate the credit. Drops the ball right there. They created to systematically control who gets the money. And then once you control who gets the money, you can control who becomes rich. And then you can control who becomes business owners. And then you can control who becomes millionaires. And then you can control. I hope I ain't going over somebody's head right now. I know this deep stuff. That's why I don't teach it outside of the society, but I feel like y'all should know the truth. Because if we're going to hit these credit reporting agencies where it needs to be hit, then we have to understand who we are. Do you understand who you are? Let me know if you understand who you are. I don't hear nothing. Don't nobody know who they are?
I do now. I know who I am.
Period. Is anybody?
I know who I am.
Is anybody mind blown from this information?
The truth
Yes,
shall set you
mine.
free.
Yeah, that's wow.
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
No, I don't know how I
It's
feel
like a
about
big
it.
I
scam.
want to be mad.
Well, you should be mad, and it is a scam. Like that's why y'all never knew, like, even when I would be out, I was like on just my public platforms, I would say it's a game and you have to know how to play it. So that's what I'm teaching you guys, the game, right? Because before you can start to understand your credit reports, what's reporting, you got to know the laws. And the FCRA is our best friend because it first starts by teaching us that these other corporations are dependent of us and that we originate the credit. So therefore, we are the most important piece. That's why when your credit is good, banks pay you, right? So for an example, my credit is good. American Express pays me to use their card. They give me cash back. They give me perks, all type of things to use their card. They pay me. When I swipe their card, they give me 3% more points. Then when my points rack up, they give me free flights. They give me free upgrades at hotels. They give me all of these things for using their card because I got good credit. But when your credit is not good, you get a secure card or you get a Credit One account with no options, barely any cash back, low limits. My
interest rate.
Amex, look, I'm catching flights, not feelings, and they paying me to go to their Sky Lounge and eat they food and drink their snacks. They're offering me first class and business seats. They're giving me free hotel nights. They're giving me free upgrades to presidential suites, larger rooms, like all of these different things, because now they understand that you know the game. So they reward you for it. Y'all got to stop thinking credit is just like this. Oh, it's this. No. It is literally a way to wealth because what it provides is access. Stop thinking about it as just a credit score. Think about it as your ticket in. It's your ticket in the door. It's your ticket in those lounges where all of these people have the same type of credit score. Most of them have businesses, and then you're in that lounge and then you're meeting people and you're connecting with people. Look at it as like your way to take your family places you never could have been before. Look at it as a way to expand your business and then get paid for it. Those points add up. You're able to buy things. You're able to use it for your payment. I mean, there's so many perks, and not just with Amex, but other cards as well. My Bank of America, when I first started my business, I started a new business. They gave me $40K out the back, like boom, day one. Started the company, got my EIN number, and I was ready. Went up there, had my address set up. They checked my credit score, approved me for 2 cards, $20K each, with a brand new business. So now I have access to capital. And now that access to capital will give me access to build my business, which ultimately built wealth for me and my family. Because I was able to use that to further my business, to grow it and scale it, and then pay it off. And then essentially move all of my personal debt to my business. Because see, personal debt fluctuates your personal credit score, but your business does it. So for you all who have not started a business yet, I want you guys to understand that you are a business. Just like the corporation we live in is a business. Everything is a business. This is not personal. Everything is controlled because it's not personal. It's a business. Ain't no feelings in business. You are a business and you need to conduct yourself as one. So you need to set up your entity separate from yourself. You need to put everything in your EIN. You want to control everything, but own nothing. Kiara owns nothing, but Kiara Martin Inc. owns everything. Y'all following me?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it.
Because I know who I am.
So what you saying is,
Yes, ma'am.
is in the business name. It's not
Correct.
in Kiara Morton's name.
Nope. So you all can start Danica Miller Inc., LLC, whatever you want to call it. But I registered myself as a business, y'all. I can't make this shit up. I'm so serious. And I was able to get more leverage that way. They also took a look at my personal credit and say, okay, how is she managing high limits there? Because they're willing to give you 10 times what you have on your personal limit. So if my personal limit is 25,000, they're willing to give me 10 times that in a business credit card. Because they say, dang, you can manage 25,000 on your personal. Then I know you can handle 125,000 in your business because you're responsible. That's what it shows. It shows that I'm responsible. And that's what you want to show. Okay. So you got to know how powerful you are. You have to know who you are. And you have to know that they are dependent on you. So it is important. Banks want to work with people with good credit. They want to. They want it. But then they know they're going to make their money off people who make poor financial decisions. Because guess what? They're going to charge the overdraft fees. Oh, they make a killing off those. That's why they only give you one courtesy. Because they know they don't make any other money besides the $8 they charge you for money orders. All those fees, because they make money off the fees. That's it. The money that is made is off the fees, and then the interest that they charge you to loan you money. But really, they're just robbing Peter and paying Paul. That's how it works. And then they take that money and they put it in real estate. And then they make money off that real estate. And then just pay you your little dividends. But think about it. Money is digital. Like when you get direct deposit and you see that money in your bank account, or you go to the bank, you drop that cash off. They don't keep that cash there. You see a digital number, which we all know that they've been proven and accused to move around your transactions so that you can get late fees and let certain ones go through before the others. So the first part of this is learning who you are and who originates the credit. And that's you. You're the biggest piece in the puzzle. They got to put some respect on your name. Y'all feeling that?
Yes.
Now we finna go a little deeper.
Yep.
Let's look into 15 U.S. Code 1692A, paragraph 5, and see how Congress defined the word debt. Now we're going into debt. Now you know who you are. Now you know what the FCRA is. Now you know how it protects you. It has everything on the credit report has to be fair and it has to be accurate, right? And then we also know that it's not just 3 credit reporting agencies. We know that. We know it's not just 3. There's Inovis, there's LexisNexis, there's Sage Stream, there's Check Systems, Sage Stream, LexisNexis. What's that one? CoreLogic, just to name a few. Okay. And we actually have a course about it in here that you guys can take a look at all of the names because it's a good amount of them. And basically they just data hoarder. They hoard all your data and they sell it. And that's how they make money. So they're for profit. They're not government agencies. You can get real, you know what I'm saying, fancy with them if you have to. They are putting your information out, providing your information without your acknowledgement. I mean, because I've never heard any of my clients say, yeah, go ahead and send my information to the collection agency. Has any of you all gave permission to one of your creditors, someone who you done business with, to provide your payment history and your account details to a third party? Have you guys ever done that?
No.
No, we've never done that. So they're out here sharing your information, right? And then slandering your name, putting your business out here. So now that becomes debt. So the term debt means any obligation or alleged obligation of a consumer to pay money arising out of a transaction in which the money, property, insurance, or service, which are the subject of the transaction, are primarily for personal, family, or household purpose, whether or not such obligation has been reduced to judgment. Obligation or alleged. Because to me, the law states that it's alleged. It's not an obligation until you can prove that I'm obligated to pay it. At this point, it's alleged. That's what the law states. This allegation is alleged. You're alleging that I owe, but I actually need proof of this. Y'all follow me? Let me move the chat out the way. The truth about debt. Congress tells us that the definition of debt is that any obligation or allegation of a consumer. Notice the word or. When Congress uses the word or in law, they give you a choice. It's your decision whether the debt is an obligation or allegation. Congress leaves the decision completely up to you in the FDCPA, okay? Now, if y'all had my book, the paycheck, the debt collector errors that can land you a paycheck, it talks about the FDCPA, and it talks about how the debtors break the law to get you to pay because they know that you're not obligated to pay, but they know you don't know that you have a decision whether it's obligation or allegation. You have that decision. You make the decision, not them. You do. The term debt means any obligation or alleged obligation of a consumer to pay money. So a consumer to pay money. Money, property, insurance, or services, which are subject of the transaction are primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, whether or not such obligation has been reduced to judgment. That's 15 U.S. Code 1692A, paragraph 5. So at this point, all this debt is alleged to me because I'm not obligated to pay anything that a company wrote off, filed on their taxes as a loss, then turned around and sent it to a collection company who paid them for the debt. So you basically sold my information. So you heard them come and say, we don't sell personal information. Yes, you do, because you sold my personal information to this company who I've never done business with. They call me, they harass me, they tell me I'm obligated to make the payment. They don't tell me my rights. All they do is read me a mini Miranda. You have the right to collect the debt. Any information obtained will be used for that purpose or something like that. I forgot what to say. The mini Miranda Bay. No, he used to say it all the time. Oh, this is an attempt to collect the debt. Any information used will be obtained for that purpose. That's the whatever it's called. But I had it right, babe. Okay. I know we have to say that on every single call. So that's the only thing. And they have it in their recordings and all of that. That's really all that they're saying. But they're not telling me that I can say, well, this is alleged. I'm not paying this because it's an allegation. It's not actually an obligation. Now, to go deeper, we're going to talk about what obligation is. And to understand, you have to know what obligation is. Y'all see my good sister, she's sitting there, she's writing her letter, she's getting ready. So to understand what Congress is telling us in the definition of debt, we must know what an obligation really is. An obligation is defined as a formal binding agreement of acknowledgement of liability to pay a certain amount. So if you decide that the debt is your obligation, then you have agreed that you're liable and agreed to pay a certain amount. This is why I be telling y'all, do not talk to these creditors about what you're going to pay. When you make a payment arrangement, then you say that you are obligated. You're saying, okay, I'll make a payment. I'm going to make a payment. Can I do a payment plan? They put you in a payment plan. You're saying you are obligated. That's your obligation now. But per Congress, you have a choice to decide whether the debt is an obligation or not. You decide if you agree to pay the amount or not. But they don't tell us this. So we're literally on the phone, stressed out. They keep calling us, trying to figure out what it is and what it ain't, not even realizing that we have a choice. We agreeing to pay these people, not even knowing that we have a choice. Sometimes they get default judgments because we simply don't show up to court. But when I tell my clients to go to court, they get it thrown out. You will go to court, you'll see a line where people are like, okay, you ain't got to stay here if you just sign this paper. And everybody sign a paper so they can leave. obligating to pay, when if they would have stayed and stood before the judge and told the judge this is an allegation, and I've asked for proof of this alleged debt multiple times without any communication from this creditor. I've asked them to prove that I've ever done business with them. I don't recall doing business with them, and I don't recall owing their company this amount. They have failed to provide me proper documentation under the FCRA, under FDCPA. They have continuously harassed me. They have continuously called me after I asked not to be called and defined that this was my work number. They continue to slander my name by talking to people around me and threaten to call my job. So at this time, this debt is alleged, and I have no knowledge of it. So I would like it thrown out. Baby, I should have been a lawyer, baby. Call me Annalise Keaton, period.
I hope y'all taking notes, because that will literally save you thousands of dollars.
Yes. I'd have been on the phone with clients like, girl, calm down. She's like, why I gotta say calm down? Just go in there and talk to the judge. Here's what you're gonna say. I helped the client get out of $10,000. I went to court with a client before to help her beat this case.
Does it matter like who the creditor like is supposed, like say you had a hospital bill, right?
Oh, baby, we really don't pay them.
And then you went to the I know now, but you go to go to the collections. At what point do you like say, okay, I'm not paying it? They got to prove that. Like
medical collections, how much is it?
So let's say it's about $1,400.
Okay. Well, medical collections are a joke. Okay. Medical billing is horrible. Okay. They're never right. They bill you as if you don't have insurance. They bill you higher prices. They change the prices. You just have to dispute that. You got to get them on the phone. You got to go to HIPAA route. Okay. Because if they send your information over to that third-party collection agency that shows the name of the procedures that they've done and the things that they did to you while you were in their care, then that's the HIPAA violation. And then we going all the way there. We're sending invoices, we're summons, like it's going to go down. Like we have to go all the way. We got to go on the deep end if that happens. So first, you're going to fight it with HIPAA. You're going to fight it with HIPAA all day. You're going to use the HIPAA law to get that medical off because they're not going to want to get hit with that. I'm going to teach you how to talk spicy.
Thank you.
Because I talk spicy. That's why I listen to Yo Gotti music when I'm in the office, because I'm ready. When we got to talk we going to talk spicy. Like you got to talk to them like, I know my rights and you plan on my top. And I'm going to read you so professionally that you're going to, like, somebody called me the other day about some alleged debt from years ago. And he hung up on me. I got him together and he hung up on me. He's like, we're going to remove you out of it. No, if I owe this debt, why you remove me? Yeah, right. It's alleged. Don't call me no more and don't play with me. I'll teach y'all. Now let's talk about allegation. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, allegation. So an allegation is defined as an assertion made against someone without proof. So that's just like me saying, Danica, you owe them. And I'm Martin Collection Company. And I call like, you owe them. I know you owe them because they told me you owe them. Because that's what it is. It's really hearsay. One company saying, you didn't pay me. Okay, cool. I'm going to write it off, get my money. Companies want to take a loss. So when you don't pay them, they don't care. They want to write off the loss on their tax returns, especially those big corporations, because they want to take a loss and they don't want to pay no taxes. Okay. So you not paying them actually helps them out. So now you ain't paid them. They filed it on their taxes. Now they probably getting a tax return. Then they sell the debt to make some money, right, to Martin Collection Company. Martin Collection Company gets the debt. I'm like, well, okay, Danica, let me call her. And I hope you're okay with me using you, Danica. You just on my mind right now because you just asked me the question. So then I called Danica and I'm like, hey, Danica, how you doing? This is an attempt to collect the debt. Any information obtained will be used for that purpose. So I see that you owe Mercy Hospital $1,400 and you need to pay. And you're like, what? That's an assertion. That's an assumption. That's an allegation that you coming at me, Martin Collection Company, talking about I owe, but you don't have no proof that I owe anything. So that's an allegation. You're alleging that I did something that you can't prove that I've done. Only you can validate a debt because it's up to you to decide whether you really owe the debt or not. Can't nobody tell you what you owe. There's laws that protect you from people trying to collect debt on you. How are you trying to collect anything on me when you haven't asked if I have agreed that I'm obligated to pay the debt? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not obligated to pay Martin Collection Company because I don't owe you. Simple. Drops mic. I don't owe your company. I've never done business with your company. So therefore, paying you is not an obligation of mine. I appreciate your time and thank you for your call today, but I'm not obligated to make that payment. Have a good day. Y'all understand y'all power? It's starting to make sense. It's allegations, y'all. They can't say that you owe anything without proof. Because if they knew you owed it, right, then they wouldn't be calling you. Most times they call, they don't even have most of your information. Just a little bit of your information probably lasts for you. So that's why they make you verify everything because they don't have it. Is this Kiara Martin? Can you verify your address? And maybe they might have it, maybe they don't. Can you verify your address is blah, 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 blah? No, I can't. Is this Kiara Martin? It is. Okay, ma'am, this is an attempt to collect the debt. Any information obtained will be used for that purpose. Okay. And where are you calling from? I'm calling from Martin Collection Company. Okay. And how can I help you? Well, it seems here that you have an outstanding balance of $1,400 with Mercy. Okay. Well, I'm not obligated to make a payment to Mercy because I don't owe Mercy. Well, no, ma'am, it says right here that you owe Mercy $1,400. Okay, do you have proof with my signature that I owe Mercy anything? And do you have a binding contract between me and you, Martin Collection Company, that states that I owe you or that I have ever done business with you personally or that you have the right to attempt to collect this debt that you're calling me on? And if you do, I would like those items mailed to my home. And what address? The address you have on file. Well, let me verify the address is correct. Well, you're calling me about an alleged debt, so you must have my contact information. So just send it to the address you have on file. And I would also like to cease all communication via the phone because this is my work number. So please do not call me anymore at this number and let's cease all communication to writing only. That's how you clear them. That's how you clear them. What are they gonna say? What are they going to say? What are they going to say? Don't play with me. What you going to say? Nada. Tell me something. Is there a script? Yeah. I had to make one up, y'all. I had to make one up because I'm talking off the top of my head, y'all. I'm talking off the top of my head, y'all. I'll be ready if it ever happens again, especially with medical bills. You better clear them, Tamika. You better clear them. They're going to be mouth wide, pissed off. I remember me and Bay worked in collections. He was real good at collections. I wasn't. I hated it. I was not garnishing people. They fired me so quick. They was like, man, my heart is just too good for this. Like, what are we doing here? I just can't do this. I know the law and I know this isn't right. I know this isn't right. Like I lasted maybe 2 months and it was just training, really me just kind of learning their perspective on it. But yeah, no, I'm not a good collector. It's not in me because I'm clearing them. I'm used to clearing them. I did third party and first party collections. Hated it. Yes. Yes. Okay. That you get bonuses for garnishing people. Like you literally are pushed to just garnish people and get them into rehab programs where they make 9 consecutive payments, or I'll do your student loans. So you know that really was, child, please. I'm not garnishing these people for these student loans. I'm not. They're like, why didn't you garnish him? He said he have it. What you want me? They was so mad at me, y'all. He don't have it. Okay. I'm not garnishing him. I'm not taking his professional license. I'm not doing it. Okay. People is hurting out there. I ain't doing it. So they fired me. But that's all right. 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 We all know what that led to. Now I'm helping my community and teaching things like I'm teaching tonight. So everybody's not ready for this because it is crazy. Everything that we're talking about, everybody not ready for it. Okay. So now we're going to get into verification because I always tell you guys, look at where I'm at now. Thank you. Period. I'm thankful. God is so good.
Boo.
So now,
We went from working for them to attacking them
I be
and
getting
changing people's lives from them.
getting them right together. I love getting them on the phone. They be hating me. They be at work punching the earth because they know. I'm telling you, yeah, ever since I seen Olivia Pope and Annalise Keaton, baby, I be thinking I'm a straight lawyer on the phone. I should have went to law school, babe. I said it all the time, but I just couldn't be in school that long, y'all. It just was too much. But seriously, like I really put on my Annalise Keaton hat and my y'all know I like how to get away with murder. And I get them together. That's just how it works. That's just how it goes. And I enjoy it. So now we're going to get into verification because now we talked about, remember we said without proof, right? Now I'm kind of painting a story for y'all because then they say, well, what if they send me proof, Kiara? What happens if they send me proof? I got you, Pooh. Now I'm not going to leave you empty handed. You know better than that. I'm going to give you all the details and all that you need from me because I know you guys are going to go out into the world and succeed. Okay. Now, what is verification? Oftentimes people think that debt verification and debt validation are the same things. Verification and validation are two different things. Verification of a debt is essentially you making sure the transaction is real and actually happened. What I just say? Verification is essentially you making sure that the transaction is real and actually happened. You're asking for the original creditor, where did this debt originate from? Where did this debt originate from? Now, we talked about that up here. Without proof, tell me how I owe you or who you're calling about. Because I know, because we were debt purchasers at one point in time, very small amount of time, because again, I just couldn't do the collections thing. But we got files and it had the last maybe 5 account number digits, the last 4 of the social, sometimes their whole birthday, sometimes not. It'll be like 07 / like 1990. So we didn't have the actual day of their birthday, but just the month they were born in the year. It would have an address and sometime it would have a phone number, sometime it wouldn't. So unfortunately, fortunately, that's actually a good thing. When your information is transferred, they're transferred in a data file. So it's a whole spreadsheet that comes from one company to the next. And I want y'all to understand that some people think, oh, credit repair doesn't work because it just pops back up. It's not that it's popping back up. What's happening is you got Mercy Hospital who says that you owe, right? Mercy then sells it to Transworld, right? Transworld, it's like T5, TW on credit reports, right? Transworld is a huge medical data provider, collection company for medical data. So let's say, they can't collect the debt. We dispute it. It comes off, right? But then they I need to recover this money. So they sell the files, not just your file, but I'm talking about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of files at a time, maybe 10,000, because that's what we were normally, what debt purchasers around us were purchasing, about $10,000 worth of debt at a time, which was about maybe 50,000 to 100 files. And then they made $10,000, right? And now it's up to the next person. Now we're at the third person who's trying to collect, right? Because it went from first party, which is in-house, that's inside Mercy. They're calling you, they're the actual medical facility you went to. That's first party collections. They're calling you from inside the office in their medical department, a collection department, to collect on the debt. Then they're going to send to Transworld, who kind of works with them, and they get 50 type of percent, right? And then next, they're going to sell it. They're going to sell the debt. They're going to sell it and then make money from it. And if they can't sell it, if they can't make any money off of it, they're going to sell it again. And things like that you see constantly being sold are like utility bills and medical bills. You see utility bills sold more than anything, okay? And when I say utility, I'm talking the Sprint, the T-Mobiles, the Look, US cellular bills be popping up from 2007 on people credit. Like, girl, US cellular been shut down, honey. They still trying to collect a check back. But just all of these different type of like gas bill, electric bills, insurances, anything that's like a utility, like something that, you know, you use on a regular and that you need on an everyday. This happened with a furniture bill from back in the day. It went through 5 different collection agencies. Yeah, so we got to file a complaint to stop that, because once you start filing complaints, they're actually going to remove the data. Like, you got to tell them, then start sending them invoices because they're wasting your time. So they actually owe you for your time. So we're going to go into that a little more, guys. But basically, it's not that it's not working. It's just that they're selling the debt. Okay. They're selling it to the next company so that they can make something. Because remember, they bought it for 10K. They weren't able to really, you know, maybe they made 10K from all the other stuff. You know, maybe you ain't budged, but maybe other people did. And remember, all these debts are different amounts. So it could have been a $10,000 bill that somebody could afford to pay, and they paid it. So, I mean, different things happen. But once they feel like they have exhausted all options with you, they're going to resell it. If you dispute it, they'll go ahead and remove it and sell it to somebody else. They don't want to deal with it, but there's ways that you can stop that. Okay. So we know what the verification is. If the consumer notifies the debt collector in writing within a 30-day period described in Section A that the debt or any portion thereof is disputed, or that the consumer requests the name and address of the original creditor, the debt collector shall cease collection of the debt or any disputed portion thereof until the debt collector obtains verification of the debt or a copy of a judgment or the name and address of the original creditor and a copy of such verification or judgment or name and address of the original creditor is mailed to the consumer by the debt collector. Collection activities and communications that do not otherwise violate this subchapter may continue during the 30-day period referred to in subsection A unless the consumer has notified the debt collector in writing that the debt or any portion of the debt is disputed, or that the consumer requests the name and address of the original creditor. Any collection activities and communication during the 30-day period may not overshadow or be inconsistent with the disclosure of the consumer's right to dispute the debt or request the name and address of the original creditor. So basically, this is why I teach you all to dispute the debts via writing and not through their systems. Okay. You want to notify. Notice it says, if the consumer notifies the debt collector in writing. It doesn't say go to their website. It doesn't say go to the facts and facts. It says in writing. They want you to mail them a letter. If everybody could just go online and do disputes, then why? I mean, everybody credit would be good if you could just go online. People online all day. You have to create a paper trail. You know, when you at work and you got that one person that you work with, or even you have a team or whatever you do for a living, and you know you got to keep a paper trail because people just be playing on your top. This is that situation. You have to beat them at their own game. You have to have things documented. You have to have things stamped. You have to know, okay, I mailed these letters here. They have 30 days to contact me back. I have proof that of the date that it was mailed and the date that it was received because I sent it via tracking. I see that I mailed it on the 22nd and it was received on the 31st. I see that the 30 days started on the 31st, and now today is the 7th of the next month. It has been over 30 days and I have yet to receive a response. Now I know I can file a complaint. And I have the receipts and the proof to prove it. So when they say upload any proof, this is the proof we're talking about. You want this proof. You want this. You need this. That's why we send our first rounds certified. We have tracking. So they can't play on our top. And let's talk about debt validation. Is everybody understanding this so far? Write it in the chat if you guys are understanding. I want to make sure I'm not going over anybody's head. And I also want to make sure I'm not losing you guys. Let me know how or you can unmute yourself. Let me know how y'all feeling. This is interactive, guys. Come on.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Good, good, good. Have you guys heard of any of this information prior to this call? Or are you guys learning something new?
I got a lot of this information from the course that you had in Credit Society.
Period.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, something. Just say I'm not new, but say if somebody that was just new coming in and say they had a letter like a debt, right?
Mhm.
And they want to dispute it or well, it's not. I know you got a course for it, but say I want to do this like real quick, like so I get my letters out. What do they know what the process of what first class? What's that called? You just said I can't think of it. Where you get the proof of that I sent in first class to make sure they got it. They know what that is, how to do that. Like the process. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. So for an example, is Sydney on here? She went through the course and she knew exactly to send her letters certified. And that green slip that you saw her show, that's her certified letters. So she came in brand new. I think she started last week on a 7-day trial, and she was able to get her letters. Now she's in the society fully, but she was able to get her letters done, and she knew to put the stamp for certified mail on it. Whenever you see that green slip, you just go to the post office and say, I'm sending certified mail. There'll be a green slip that you would fold in the middle half, write on it, and then it'll stay on there. And then it'll send you a green slip when your letter has been received. So yes, coming right in, if they follow the directions in Credit Finesse, it'll give them those steps step by step. Y'all know I'm a queen of step by step. I don't like repeating myself. I don't like having to answer the same questions over and over.
I do have a question.
Hey, boo.
Hi, I'm on here too. This Sydney. Hi. My question is, so with my letters too, I got the return slip, the little green piece that go on the back of it. Was that necessary too? Or do you just need okay.
Yes, that's good. You're going to get that back. Yep, that's good. You did right. You did everything right. When you posted, I said, look at that. Oh, I was proud. It was like a proud moment. Like she doing what she's supposed to be doing. I seen some other people post their letters as well, showing that they're about to send them certified. So yeah, absolutely, guys. You guys are doing phenomenal. I'm very proud of you guys. Like, that's how you take action, y'all. First part of success is what? Showing up. And y'all doing it. So everybody's following me. I'm really liking that. If I'm moving too fast, please let me know. I do want to make sure we're all understanding, because this is new to some people. So I'm trying to give you guys the best explanations that I can to just kind of, make sure we're all on the same page. So now we're going to jump into, and thank you for your question, Sydney, and I appreciate you being on here. Alicia, you raised your hand. How can I help you, honey?
Hey, I'm sorry, and I just want to apologize to anyone who's like more ahead of me. I'm kind of new to this.
Oh, well, don't apologize for being new. Welcome.
Well, I just wanted to just clarify. So once you send your letters for the debt validation,
yes,
from there, the company should be sending you a letter back validating the debt, right?
Absolutely. So they're going to send you what you request, or they're not. So there's only two options. They're going to send you back a request, or they're going to refuse it. So then you will go to the next step of the process based on what you receive back.
Okay. And then, so say if they did validate that debt, from there, do you write a letter asking for maybe like a payment plan or to settle debt?
No. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to send you what you're requesting.
Okay.
They hardly ever send that. Now, if they can, and it's first party, I do sometimes, depending on the relationship and what my customer wants to do, then I'll decide if I tell them to pay it or not. Like if you are in a crunch to buy a home and you just have this one item, you've done business with them, you want to do business with them again in the future, then I'll be like, girl, just pay that real quick. Like, let's not let things stand in your way. But I would say 90% of the debts that my clients come to me with, they do not pay.
Okay, so if they can't send you any proof, do they remove it at that point, or how does
They're
that?
supposed to remove it, but they don't. So let me tell you, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, yeah, they remove it every time. I wouldn't be in business if they did. It's a fight.
Right.
It's a fight. You gotta. They try to get you tired so that you would just give up, and most people do. I'm gonna be honest. Most people give up. I've literally tried 9 rounds to get a repossession off, but it finally came off. So it was either pay the $5,000 repossession or go 9 rounds and get it removed.
Right.
So you have to have your paperwork in order, and you have to continue to dispute. No, that's not what I asked for. Like, you have to show your proof, and then file complaints as well. And we do that as well. You got to file complaints with your proof. Like, hey, I sent this, I requested this, they sent this. That's not what I asked for. They're violating my rights. And they don't want to have complaints. Because then it starts investigations, and then they can get in trouble. That's why you see a lot of the collection companies being sued. So they don't want the smoke. So you just have to apply pressure.
Okay. Well, I do want to say thank you. And I thank you to everyone who's patient while I ask my question. Thank you. That's it for now.
Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Kiara, I have a question.
What's up, Charlotte Boo?
So when you say file a complaint, is there a certain time to file a complaint?
Yes.
Or
Yep, it is. So you don't start off filing no complaint, y'all. Now, and there is a course. Child, what course did we do the complaint in? We did a complaint course on how to file a complaint. The CFPB is your friend, I believe is what it's called. It goes over details on exactly when and how to file a complaint. You don't come out the gate doing it. I recommend you go to that course, and it has step by step. Actually, somebody commented on it and said, oh my God, this is so step by step how to file complaints. Yes, it tells you guys what to do each screen. So, directly from my practices and what I do in my office, because we do them for our clients all the time. So that will give you the steps, what to say, what to do, and when to do it. But you don't want to come out guns blazing. I know it's things like, I'm gonna file a complaint. I can't believe you guys put this on my credit. But you got to actually send a dispute first. You have to start with sending the dispute, and then you have to ask them, because they're going to verify it, right? They're either going to delete it the first round or verify it. Some items just delete. They're going to delete it because they're just going to delete it. But some of them are going to come back verified. And then once it comes back verified, then you have to send next the method of verification letter. Okay, so you said you verified. How did you? What was your methods of verification? And then they're probably going to give you some bull crap in a letter or not respond at all. And then send another letter. You didn't respond. I asked for this, on this date, this stamp, all your information, all your proof that you sent it to them, asking them for a method of verification, or saying, hey, that method of verification that you provided was not what I asked for, and it was not what I was seeking. And then from there, file the complaints.
thank you.
You're welcome, Bo. I'm happy you're here tonight.
Kira, I have a question.
Hey, Liz.
Hi. So my question is, okay, so I know you said like 9 times out of 10, they won't send you the verification. So there was an instance with myself. I went through this whole process. So they sent me pretty much like the whole detailed bill.
Yeah, the bill. That's not what you're asking for, though.
Okay.
I asked for the method of verification. A bill don't mean nothing. Anybody there could have put that in my name at that address.
Okay.
That's not method of verification. I knew what you were going to say.
Because I'm like, okay, they like, look, you spent this amount. Like, okay, what am I getting?
Listen, they saying that don't mean that was you in the store. Where's the proof that was you in the store swiping the card?
True.
Where's the proof that was you watching that cable TV? That's the proof that you went into the store and bought that phone? Do you have a copy of my ID? Do you have a contract with my actual wet signature? Because everything's digital. So anybody could have signed it.
Okay.
It's alleged. So I ain't obligated to pay nothing. See, proof is proof. I mean, why do you think we go to court? Why do you think we go to court?
It makes sense.
Yeah. Like Tory allegedly shot Megan. Even though he was there, he had gun residue on his hands, even though it was his gun, it was in his vehicle, none of that matters. Because it's their proof.
You know what? That make a lot of sense.
That make a lot of sense, right? Even though we know, I mean, I do. I don't know about y'all, but I know he shot her. Somebody shot her.
Somebody shot her.
Somebody shot her. Somebody shot her. So both two people are saying that they didn't. But I mean, it's alleged at this point. So think of your deck the same way. If there's any doubt, they can get out. Okay, that's what I always say. So if there's any doubt, even with your debt, then there's probable cause that someone else could have done it.
Okay.
Someone in your family could
Okay,
have done
I
it.
have a question.
Someone in your family literally could have done it, y'all. Like, prove it. Prove it. My first saying when I started Bright Future was prove it or remove it, because you have to prove it. Who got a question?
I do. I have a question.
How do you know?
Hi. I wanted to know, can like a company still report you? Like if they made a payment plan with you, right?
Mhm.
And they still reporting that you 30 days late every month, but you made a payment plan with them. So it's not the whole bill that's late, it's partial of it. Can they still report that it's 30 days late?
They can do what they want to do.
Okay.
Technically, like let's talk.
Mhm.
Is it right? No. Do they have to report it? No. Remember, there's no law that states that anything wrong or right, good or bad has to report. But there is a law that states everything must be fair, accurate, and true, right?
Mhm.
Is it fair?
Nope.
Well, then there you go.
Okay.
What did that tell you? What did this tell you? Right here. It must be fair, accurate, true.
Right.
You originate credit. You know who you are. This is alleged debt. You're making the payments to them. You own all the right. So if you say that they're alleging that you're late, even though you're paying them, and because you're maybe going through a financial hardship right now, you can't pay the full amount, so that they report it to further damage your credit and cause you further financial hardship, that is unfair. Therefore, it must be removed.
Okay. So what type of letter would you send for that?
I would send a custom letter for that.
You
I
said a
would write
custom?
a custom letter. First,
Okay.
what's the company name?
What is the company name? I forgot what the company name was. I think it was for a car payment though. It was one of the worst company car payments in this world I have. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
We finna
Credit acceptance.
It was credit acceptance.
They're horrible. Yeah, I don't know why you made a payment arrangement with them, because they can accept your fact that you're not paying. That's all they can accept.
Mhm.
And tell them try you.
Yeah.
What they tried to garnish you?
No, they didn't try to garnish me. I paid them, but they kept reporting on my thing that you was late, but I was still making payments. Like I was going through a hardship. So my credit took a big hit because of it.
Got it. Are you still paying them, or they done?
I'm still paying them. It's not reporting like that anymore, but
okay, good. But it reported. So
Right.
are we at a point where we can do you still have the car with them? Can we refinance about it?
By them reporting that so much, it took a hit on my credit. I got my credit up to the mid 600s, and they did that, and it took it all the way down to 5.
Oh, so it's 5 right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. That's all right. We're gonna work on it. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna work on it. That's the society keep ringing. Ooh. What people saying? Is that my phone? Or is that one of y'all phones? It's throwing me out.
Yeah. So do I send a custom letter to them or the custom letter to the brewers?
You still got the car?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do something offline. One of my trainings is actually about repossessions. So we're gonna do a whole class on it. And I'm gonna tell you how to rescind the agreement and get your money back, and actually make them pay you for all the payments that you've been paid on that car. Because the finance note was already paid from your social when you bought the car. So they plan on your top.
Okay.
Yep, I got you.
Okay. I need that too.
Well, I mean, as long as you're in the society, you ain't hurt. We do these every other month. So next month we do trivia, and we have like a little party. So that'll be on the what is it? I believe the 17th. I don't want to lie. It's in the event tab. And we're gonna do a trivia where we're gonna ask questions, and y'all answer them, and then I'm gonna give away some free stuff for you guys. Because I'm gonna keep the 25 days of giving, but it's not gonna be 25 days, it's gonna be monthly giving, but I'm gonna really pour into you guys. And then the next month, which will be February, we'll do another class about this type of stuff. just to keep it fun and to keep us learning. And in between, you guys still have courses, and there'll be new courses dropping. If you're in the credit society and the business side of things, then you also get a workshop every month, which will be the third, I don't even want to lie, second or third. It's in the events tab, Thursday of the month. So if you have a business, you'll get a business workshop masterclass and the personal credit masterclass. And then we turn up together once a month and do free giveaways and trivia.
Okay. Got it.
So I got you. So that'll be in February. I got you though. And I'm gonna have y'all everything y'all need. It's gonna be, y'all mind gonna be blown. So if y'all have any people who produce a great question going through this with US Auto Credit, got you. We're gonna really talk about the whole repossession and how the debt was already paid for and actually double charging for it.
Mm-hmm.
And how I was able to get Ally Financial off my credit and keep the car. So yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
really need that. So when can we talk about that?
we talk about it. I have a master class in February. I plan my whole year out with y'all. So that was already in the making to talk about for our February master class.
Okay.
Yep. So
I'm looking forward to that in February.
Yes, the whole year with you guys is scheduled. So we got this, boo. But yeah, I'm going to be teaching you guys that. So if y'all have any questions about repossessions or anything like that, it'll be a whole masterclass on that. But are you guys understanding debt validation, debt verification? So we talked about here what verification is. Often people think debt verification and debt validation are the same. Verification, they're two different things. Okay. Verification of a debt is essentially you making sure the transaction is real and it actually happened. Okay. You just verifying that, but then you can ask for verification or validation. So verification is just making validation under the FDCPA is requesting validation of the debt is simply using 15 U.S. Code 1692G, which is right here.
Here, everything you just said was like robotic.
Yeah, the sound went out on my end too.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now.
I hear you now. It was breaking up.
Y'all, every time I'm teaching financial literacy, the devil be trying to come in. Y'all notice that?
The devil.
It's the devil, because I be teaching from a whole nother level. The devil said, you cannot.
Yes.
My people will not perish for a lack of knowledge. Not under my watch. What? Ashley, why are you drawing on the screen, Sue? I'm hollering. Okay, y'all. So everybody can hear me now?
Yep, you clear now. You in the clear.
Yes,
yep, clear now.
Y'all, thanks, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so we talked about to request that the debt collector send you something in writing containing 5 items required under the law for you to review and decide if it actually happened. Now, notice it said for you to decide, for you to review and decide if it actually happened. So that means you have the right to decide if something happened. In 1692G, Congress used the word shall. This means that the debt collector providing you with the validation you requested is not optional. Okay. Within 5 days after the initial communication, a consumer in connection with the collection of any debt, a debt collector shall, unless following information is contained in the initial communication or the consumer has paid the debt, send the consumer a written notice containing. Here are the 5 items of validation per 15 U.S. Code 1692G. They have to tell you the amount of the debt, because now we ask for validation. So I need to verify. Okay. Now I'm going to validate the amount of the debt, the name of the creditor whom the debt is owed, a statement that unless the consumer within 30 days after receipt of the notice disputes the validity of the debt or any portion thereof, the debt will assume to be valid and by the debt collector. Now, this number 3, y'all, this biggest part be pissing me off with clients or people that call me, because they literally send you this statement. This is the first statement and we ignore it. You waive your rights when you ignore this. If you get a statement that tells you have 30 days, and I know y'all seen these notices, that's like you have 30 days to dispute the validity of this debt or any portion of it, or we're going to assume that this debt is yours and valid, and we're going to report it to your credit report. And we ignore it because we look at it and say, well, I know I owe a charter anyway, and I pay it when I pay it. I pay it when I get my taxes. No, you're not. Stop going broke every tax season paying off all these people that you don't even owe for real. What do you mean? We're sending the letter. We're sending that letter. The same thing happens when you get a judgment. They tell you you have the right to respond with an answer, and we don't even respond. When somebody's trying to sue you, when it's about to be a garnishment, when you're about to go to court, all of these things, they provide you with the judgment and say, hey, you have a certain amount of time. You have a certain amount of time to respond with an answer. Same thing. You have a certain amount of time. Anything that has something to do with somebody coming after you, you have time to respond with an answer. Also, they have to provide you with a statement that if the consumer notifies the debt collector in writing within that 30-day period that the debt or any portion thereof is disputed, the debt collector will obtain verification of the debt or a copy of a judgment against the consumer, and a copy of such verification or judgment will be mailed to the consumer by the debt collector. You also need the name and address of the original creditor if it's different from the current creditor, because you'll see that who's somebody that be suing people. What was the name of them? I forgot the name of that company. They be suing people. When I say, I'm like, oh, the collection company will try to sue you, and it ain't even the original creditor. An original creditor already sold the debt, and they're not even making no money. But baby, these people will be down your throat trying to garnish you, sue you, and everything. And you don't even owe these people. And you don't even owe them. You ain't never done none other business with these people, but you paying them, spending all your tax money paying these people back. It happens. How many of y'all have dealt with this? Let me know if you spent your hard-earned cash.
Oh, yes. Many times.
Come on now. Your hard-earned cash. Okay, paying these people. Now, let's talk about, because now when we see law, we see the word consumer underlined. We see debt, consumer, and all these different words. You see these words, they're underlined. We're going to get into a few of the real definitions. So, defining a person. So under TILA, Truth in Lending Act is what TILA is. The term person means a natural person or organization. When Jay-Z say, I'm a businessman, he's talking about himself. He ain't saying that he's a businessman. He's saying he's a business. Him. Sean Carter is a business, and he conducts himself as such. Right? Defining a consumer. The FDCPA, the term consumer means any natural person obligated or allegedly obligated to pay any debt. Allegedly. Y'all keep seeing the word allegedly, right? Because it's alleged. It's alleged. The FDCPA, the term communication means conveying of information regarding a debt directly or indirectly to any person through any medium. Conveying of information regarding a debt. You're just telling me. Now let's talk about who you are. Because who are you, y'all? Who are you? You see sis sitting there like, I know who I am. Sis sitting there like, I know who I am. But I want to know, do you guys know who you are? Because you're so powerful, right? Under the Truth in Lending Act, a person is defined as a natural person or an organization. So Congress cannot define who you are. So they have to use the word or to allow you the power to decide who and what you are. So are you a person or are you an organization? I'm an organization. I'm a business. The hell you mean? You coming after my natural persons. I don't own nothing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You slandering me right now. It's defamation of character. Can't nobody define who I am because you have not asked me who I am. I have not gave you who I am. You have the power to be a natural person or organization, whatever is convenient for you. A natural person is any person born from two natural human beings. The organization is referring to the corporation that is formed for you when you're born. So when you get a social license, when your name is in all cap on legal documents, they're referring to you as an organization, not a natural person. You are a corporation. So if I'm a corporation, why are you coming at me like I'm a natural person? Because an organization, my organization don't owe you nothing. And in certain situations, you can be a natural person or an organization, because there are certain instances where it's beneficial to be one or the other. But the law states that you have the right to choose who you want to be when you want to be it, because that's what they say. So this is how the other folks use the law to their advantage, and how they're 400 years ahead of us, and why there's a wealth gap, because we don't know who we are. Because at any time, they can become an organization or a natural person, depending on what they're doing. Is that making sense? Is that mind blowing? Give me some feedback, y'all. Are y'all understanding this?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. And this, I want you guys to take the time and look up Cornell law and look this stuff up, because do your own research. Look up 15 USC code 1692G and read what it says. Because it's there. It's on Beyonce's internet. It's in the Cornell law books. Okay. It's in the Black Law Dictionary, and the Black law books, and all of the law literature. Everybody knows this but us. So ask yourself, who am I? Before you get to paying somebody's debt. The term communication means the conveying of information regarding a debt directly or indirectly to any person. Now communication says any person. Let's dive deep into this. Through any medium under the FDCPA, debt collectors must tell you they are a debt collector, and this is an attempt to collect debt. Anytime they don't say that, that's $1,000 they got to pay you. They got to say that whole thing. This is an attempt to collect debt. Any information I'm saying will be used for that purpose. They have to say it out their mouth. They can have a recording all day, but the physical person you speak to have to say that. Debt collectors cannot be false, misleading, or hide their intentions. They do it all the time. They be saying they're going to garnish you. They be leaving voicemails like, we're going to be going down to your county court and filing. We've already found your job information. We're going to pull up at your location between 12 and 1. Can you give me a call back so we can schedule it? Lying, scaring you, using scare tactics to get you to pay, which is a violation of your rights under the FDCPA. And every violation is a $1,000 occurrence. And there can be more than one problem with each call, each communication. It could be a validation more than one per communication. So they might call you, they don't say Miranda, that's $1,000. They might threaten you, that's $1,000. This is one call. You can up 5 to 10 G's off one call because they're misleading you. They're telling you false information. They're trying to get short information out of you because they don't know it. It's a violation for them to communicate with someone other than the consumer without the consumer's consent. So when they call, and I've literally had people call from my auntie or call my auntie looking for me or anything. When they call and they tell your business, oh, they in big trouble. If you answer and you tell them you're somebody else and they get to talking still, what she needs to call me is very important. Okay, what is it about? And if they tell you $1,000, period. You have the right to cease and desist. Debt collectors must stop all communication. I would like to see, and I'll make sure y'all have some cease and desist letters, baby. Cease and desist me, please. Have a good day. Recorded calls. Keep a log every time they call you. They also leave voicemails. Keep those too. And then you file a complaint each time. They call me today. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. File a complaint each time. And then you send them a bill, and we'll go into that. The term communication says any medium, meaning they can't just stop one form of communication. They can't call you, email, send mail, or anything. They can't do anything when you tell them to cease all communication. When there is a cease and desist, that means they must stop communicating with you under any means necessary. Okay. Now, what does the FDCPA say about creditors? When you have a debt with an original creditor, so Macy's the original creditor, and then Enhanced Recovery is now the collection agency. They're calling you, you owe, and you request verification of the debt from Enhanced Recovery. Most of the time, they will respond with something along the lines of, we are not a debt collector, we are a creditor, so the FDCPA does not apply to us, so we do not have to send any validation. This is not true. So I take that back. This was not a sold debt. So this is Macy's calling you. I retract my last statement. So when you have a debt with an original creditor, the original creditor is Macy's, and you send a request of validation to Macy's, they're going to say, well, I don't have to respond because they're original creditor, but they do. You can ask for validation on any debt, original creditor or collection. Okay. You can use 15 U.S. Code 1692, Section 6, which we see here. The term debt collector means any person who uses instrumentally of interstate commerce or mails in any business principal purposes of which the collection of any debts, who regularly collects or attempts to collect directly or indirectly debts owed to, due, or sorted to be owed or due to another. Y'all get it. So if they calling you and they bugging you about a debt, that's it. Okay.
I do have a question just to make sure I'm understanding right. So before you send any other letters, the first you need to send is the validation letter?
Correct. So you want to do the personal information letter to remove, because remember, another reason that items stay on your credit report is simply because the address matched. So at one point in time, me and all my cousins and like my auntie, my uncle, we all live with my granny. And we all have the same last name, and some of us have the same initials, right? So it was things from my credit on other people's credit and all type of things, but all of it was alleged because there was no proof. So the first thing I had to do, which was remove how they verified the information to me, which is the addresses. So I had to dispute my personal information, update my name to be reflective of Kiara Martin only, not my maiden name, not my middle name, none of that. I am Kiara Martin. Kiara M. Martin is what I actually have it updated to, because there could be another Kiara Martin, which it is. My cousin name is Kiara Martin. So, well, her name was my maiden name, Kiara, my maiden name. And we got stuff tangled up all the time. So I had to update my personal name, update my the address, my date of birth, where I work, right? I still say that I work at AT&T. I will always still say I work at AT&T because it shows responsibility. So I only have that on there. And then I remove any other address, phone number or address associated with anything else that can tie me to any debt from my past. And then once I done that, I did a dispute. Some of the stuff came off, right? And then what didn't come off was obviously I had an Alley Financial car. I was behind on it and I ended up keeping the car, but I was able to remove it and rescind the contract and get my money back that I paid for the car. But when I did that first dispute, when I removed the personal information, a lot of the stuff just kind of came off. And it was a few items I had to actually fight with. But majority was 2 items that was left after I did the work on that. And then when I asked for verification, I mostly did 90 days, because you did the first round, I removed my personal information. Then next, I start my first round. My first round was me sending, the disputes of items of everything that was negative. And then the next round, whatever didn't come off, I sent the method of verification because they verified it. And I want to know how you verified it. And then they sent me a bill for verification, like, oh, here's the bill for Sprint. You never pay back for the iPhone, girl. That's not what I asked for. So then I send them a letter letting them know that I asked for validation of the debt. That is a verification, what you're talking about. You're verifying the debt by sending me a bill. It very well may be a real debt, but that doesn't mean that is my debt, because I'm telling you that I'm not obligated to make the payment and it's alleged. I'm asking you to send me proof that I owe anything, not that it was a true factual debt. So then I sent my list of everything that I need from them, which y'all have that letter in here. And then this next part, if they don't do it, which a lot of times things will fall off, but they don't, then I'm going straight to file a complaint. No talking. I'm going to file a complaint. And then now we're kind of mediating through the complaint. Now, if you didn't do this in this order, that's okay. You can always still now dispute the personal information. And it'll still work out in your favor because you just sent your disputes. So don't be freaked out if you guys like, oh my God, I didn't do that. Fine. I mean, I just tweaked this process, being a business owner and doing this for my clients so much. When I first started out, remember, I was doing credit when I was 17 to like 25 for clients for absolutely free. And I had to learn that that's the best method, but I wasn't doing it this way. And it was still getting favorable results. So don't think you're not going to get any results because you didn't do it in that particular order. It's going to happen. Okay. Y'all got me?
Yes.
Perfect. So what does the FDCPA say about creditors? So the FDCPA is going to say about creditors, the law 15 U.S.C., which is code 1692A6, clearly states that a debt collector is any person who uses instruments in interstate commerce whose principal purpose is to collect the debt. When they send you mail saying this is an attempt to collect the debt, they are proving that they are in fact debt collectors. Debt collectors are not just third-party debt collectors. If they were, Congress would have specified the definition of a third-party debt collector. Don't let these debt collectors trick you. So they say the reason that we show you the debt, what a debt collector is to prove to you that even, for example, who you say you was paying the credit people, credit acceptance is a debt collector in essence, because they're first party and they're saying that you owe them. Now, this does not go for service-based businesses. This is only when it comes to note businesses. So a credit note is anything that they leverage your credit to provide you with. Okay. So the definition of a third party collector, don't let them confuse. Okay. Respond back to them, letting them know why and how they are in fact a debt collector by breaking down the definition to them. Now we're going to get into the finance charge so y'all can understand what the difference is, because that finance charge, note charge is all the same. Those things are what's already paid for, which is why truth in lending is so important, because these are the things that you do not have to continue to pay for because it's already paid for. So the finance charge, if you ask a credit card company or a car dealer what a finance charge is, they will tell you that the finance charge is just the interest you're charged on the amount financed. But this is absolutely wrong, and that's how they finesse us. So we're going to take a look at TILA, which is Truth in Lending, 15 USC 1605. Okay. So finance charge, except as otherwise provided in this section, the amount of the finance charge in connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges. Let me say it. Let me say it again, because I think that went over a few people's head. Except as otherwise provided in this section, the amount of the finance charge, okay, in connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges payable directly or indirectly by the person to whom the credit is extended and imposed directly to indirectly by the creditor as an incident to the extension of credit. The finance charge does not include charges of a type payable in a comparable cash transaction. The finance charge shall not include fees and amounts imposed by third-party closing agencies, including settlement agents, attorneys, escrow, and title companies, if the creditor does not require the imposition of charges or services provided and does not retain the charges. Examples of charges which are included in the finance charge include any of the following types of charges where are applicable. So you telling me when I go buy a car that the finance charge, meaning what they charge me to finance, the finance charge is the sum of all charges. So that means I don't owe a goddamn thing. So that means that I'm paying. What? Yep. So that means, let's go. Finance charge continue. Let's go down. Let's go down. According to 15 USC 1605, a finance charge is the sum of all charges. That means that it's the total of all charges. So what the hell is y'all paying monthly payments on these cars for? Ooh, y'all wasn't ready for this tonight. I know y'all not ready for this tonight. I know y'all wasn't ready for this tonight, but I had to tell somebody about it. And who better than my inner circle? Because we finna turn them up. We finna work together to turn them up. We finna turn them up, y'all. We finna get some checks. We finna get some money. We finna bankrupt them, baby. Because what the heck you mean? We finna get this money. Who with me? Who want the money? Who want their money?
Me.
All right. So this means the total of all charges. If you go to the dealership and buy, and they charge you a finance charge, you're not supposed to owe anything else other than what the finance charge is, because again, the finance charge is the sum of all charges. Let's look deeper. Now here's after applicable: interest, time, price, differential, and any amount payable under a point, discount, or other system or additional charges. Example of charges which are included in the finance charge. Interest. Let me write that again. Examples. Let me highlight it because I just want y'all right there. Right first, so you see this right. Examples of charges which are included in the finance charge include any of the following types of charges which are applicable. 1, interest. The hell you mean? So we're paying interest. They're not supposed to. All of the interest should be in the finance charge. So why are we paying interest? Any amount payable under a point, discount, or other system or additional charge. Service or carrying charge, loan fee, finder fee, or similar charge. Loan fee? Finder fee. So are you talking about a down payment? Because I think that's what they be calling it. Fee for an investigation or credit report. They charge us $40, $50, $100 for them credit reports. Look at the dealer breakdown when you go. They charge us for them credit reports. But hold up, this ain't just it. This ain't just when you buying a car. This is when you buy a house too. This is when you buy a house too. Loan fee, finder's fee, you pay all of that. Finder's fee, realtor, loan fee, mortgage broker, you pay all of them fees. You paying all these fees for an investigation credit report. When you go buy a house, you have to pay $40, $50 for a mortgage credit score to buy a house. Premium or other charge for any guarantee or insurance protection the creditor against the obligator's default or other credit loss. Are you talking about gap insurance? Because I'm paying extra for gap insurance. I'm paying extra for wheel protection. I'm paying extra for you all to do my maintenance because I got the maintenance package. I'm paying extra for that. You telling me borrower pay mortgage broker fees, including fees paid directly to the broker or lender for delivery to the broker, whether such fees are paid in cash or finance. Wait a minute. You telling me? I don't know. I need y'all to come off mute for this. Because I need to, crazy. Or y'all getting this?
I'm getting this. So do that mean we can dispute these fees?
Dispute.
My question.
This means that we're about to send a request for an invoice for our money back.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all that money back. I'm gonna need all that back.
We're gonna do it as a group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All that. I need all that. All that.
I need my money back.
Repossessed vehicles too?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Now my question, Kiara, to you.
Now, yeah, one thing I always like to do, so y'all don't think, we're gonna go to Beyonce's internet real quick. Hold on. And I'm about to share because I want y'all to see for yourself. So y'all won't be like, here, just pulling stuff out her butt. She crazy as hell. Okay, so here we are. I just Googled right here, 15 USC code 1605, law, cornell.edu, government. Oh, what they say? Government. Anything.gov is government. Here it is again, Law Arena, FDIC.gov. You see that? These government websites now, y'all. Truth in Lending. Y'all see this? Y'all see? So it pops right up, y'all. It pops right up. Now look, we're gonna go to the law. Is this not what we just saw? This is the law, right? This is the law.
Yes.
15 US code 1605. And here's the finance charge defined. This is what we were just going over. This is all what we just went over together. Life, accident, or health insurance premiums included in finance charges. Charges or premiums for credit, life, accident, or health insurance written in connection with any consumer credit transaction should be included in the finance charge unless, come on, and it goes deeper. It goes deeper into what we should not be paying for. It's already paid for. When they pull your social, y'all heard people talking about how that we have a trust with this company. And when I say company, I mean the United States. Y'all know it's a corporation. This corporation created trust for us all. And have y'all ever heard people say you could pay bills with your social and the Federal Reserve's number, right? Have y'all saw people saying it?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay. The reason that they are saying that, right, which you shouldn't do, because you just have to know how to use your magic and use your powers. That's not the way to go, because they try to get you on fraud. So this is the way to go. You exercise your rights, okay? And you use their words against them. This is law. This is the actual law written by Congress, not showed to us. We have no idea what this stuff is. We couldn't even fight back because we didn't know how. How you gonna fight when you don't know? So I wanted to look that up to show you guys that I'm just not pulling something out of my hat. I do a lot of studying when it comes to credit. Me and my assistant Nas, we actually went through and used a few clients as guinea pigs and used these methods and was able to get them back checks. So we know that it works. We know the process. We literally been fine-tuning it to make sure that it was ready. So technically, per Congress, credit scores don't matter, because no matter what, you're approved, because they pull the money from your bond, from you as your corporation, because they put all of this, put money for us. That's why they need us. That's why they need us to wake up, go to work for 40 hours and pay them. We're slaves, essentially. We're slaves to this corporation, because when we go to work, they take a good percent of our money. They get their money regardless. And they say we poor. They say this country poor. No. They making money off us. We're slaves. We're just spinning the wheel for them. It's a rat race. It's mind-blowing. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yes, they are, but they're not going to lack. I'm going to spread the word. They're just not ready for this on an open platform like Facebook. But in here, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk big about it. So now that we know what the finance charge is, we can start looking at into our lives and looking for the original contracts for some things. Okay, so let's do a recap, because we're almost done. The FCRA helps ensure the accuracy and fairness of credit reporting. Okay, so remember that. We're doing a recap of everything we talked about. The banking system is dependent on you. Without you, it would have no value. You are the prize, okay? If everybody stopped using the banks, they would make no money. They would go bankrupt. They would shut down. Why do you think that the government backs the banks? Every time there's any type of economic downfall, financial hardships in the United States, what do? They pay millions to the banks, because they understand the value that the banks play, okay? Debt means any obligation or alleged obligation of a consumer to pay money. It's up to you if you want to be a consumer or not. It's up to you if you want to be a natural person, because you're technically not a consumer. You're either a natural person or a corporation, and that just depends on what you feel like for that day. Verification of a debt is essentially you making sure the transaction is real and actually happened. So verification is you just making sure that it's real and it actually happened. Validation of a debt is you requesting the 5 items of validation under the FDCPA. And then you are either a natural person or an organization, so you can choose and can interchange them whenever it's convenient for you. So today I'm a corporation, tomorrow I might be a natural person. I mean, it is what it is. Depends on how I feel. Look, I'm getting my hair braided, so I might be a corporation. I got this blonde right now, so maybe I'm just a person. I don't know. It's just whatever I feel like. Okay. The FDCPA allows you to control communication from debt collectors. You control it. You control. Don't call me no more. Don't call me no more. Period. This is my work phone. Original creditors are debt collectors too. Don't let them fool you. Ma'am, I know I have an open credit account with you, but I've already paid you. You've been paid already. you're actually like double charging me at this point. A finance charge is the sum of all charges. Let me say that again. A finance charge is the sum of all charges. So you shouldn't owe anything after the finance charge. There shouldn't be anything else. All fees and insurance should be included in the finance charge. So if you got a car and you paying insurance, the insurance should be included in the finance charge. There should not be an additional insurance payment. There should not be an additional payment for the car. The finance charge should take care of everything. Now, do you see how powerful you are? Know your power. This is not in the Credit Society as a course. Well, there is some information in different courses about it, but this is a masterclass.
All right, so quick question. So you saying if we got a car, we making our car payments every month, we shouldn't be paying progressive too?
No. Now, don't y'all go and stop paying these people, because we're not going to do it that route, because that's only going to cause financial hardship on you all. So that's why I have to tell you all who are my close circle, because somebody will hear this and they will stop paying their bills. And then when their credit score decrease, they blame Kiara. So I'm going to, in the next master classes that we do in here, I'm going to explain the steps to take and how to take them. Okay? So that you all can know your power. Because we have to do this the right way. Let's not jump the gun. Well, Kiara said I ain't got to pay it. You're going to continue to pay it. You're going to continue to work on your credit, because remember, I started off by telling y'all credit is a game. It's just not checkers. But I promise you all that as you're in the society, you will learn who you are, you will know your power, and you will learn to exercise it. But we cannot all just stop paying our bills at one time. We're going to work together. Okay? If y'all hear me put, y'all need y'all to put, I'm going to pay my bills in the chat, because I don't want nobody saying I'm going to pay my bills. I've lost all my dang edges from this powerful electric information. I love y'all. Patrina, I love y'all. I'm ready to fight. I know, Joella, I'm definitely going to pay my bills. Pay y'all bills. I'm going to pay my bill. Okay, so I need all y'all to write it. I'm going to pay my bill. Come on, y'all. Put it in there. What if you have a repo but looking to get another soon? Should I just pay the high down payment and work on getting it back later? No, ma'am. No, we're not paying that high down payment. We don't pay down payments. Down payments are illegal. Everything is included in the finance charge. I wish you would. I never pay no down payment. What you mean pay a down payment? What you mean pay a down payment? What do you mean pay a down payment? Okay. So
what do you say if they ask you for a down payment, since it's illegal?
You say it's illegal for me to pay a down payment. All finance charges are included.
Okay.
In the credit note. So unfortunately, I won't be able to make a down payment. When you got good credit, though, honestly, that's why it's a game. Like, despite you like having a good credit, y'all, I don't get asked to no down payment. I don't get asked for no proof of where I work. I don't get asked any of that. I walk in, I get what I want, and I leave. Simple. And it ain't no long drawn out process. I'm getting in-house financing. Like, I drive a Mercedes, Mercedes giving me the loan. Which I don't buy cars, I lease them and make them take care of the cars, because I don't pay a thing. I don't pay a thing. And I still
do too. I got a question though.
Yeah.
Like, cause see, I'm taking in all this information and I'm just like, wait, sis, cause I'm still tripping off this finance charge. So, okay, now I'm looking at the bill of sale, right?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, cause look, I'm trying to make sure that I'm tracking.
Okay.
Okay, so on the bill of sale, it has, of course, the amount. We're not talking about the amount that's purchased. We're talking about where it says amount financed, right? Is that what you're saying? Any other charges outside of the amount financed is irrelevant charges that you shouldn't be paying?
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what the finance charge is. Let's look back at the law right here. Examples of charges that should be included in the finance charge. So this is what should be included in the finance charge, the charge that where you're financing. Mm-hmm. All interest Various fees and insurance should be included and covered in the finance charge. If the finance charge is the sum of all charges, then there should be no monthly or partial payments and definitely no late payments. How you gonna charge me late for something that I ain't even supposed to be paying you?
Okay, because I'm just making sure.
If you paid the finance charge, then why would there be a late payment or an additional payment at all?
Yeah.
And how was the finance charge paid? When you submitted your social. They borrowed it from your money that you have. It took care of it. We just paying double like dummies, all of us. I mean, we are like all of us.
Basically, and I'm sitting here like dumbfounded. Like, what?
We all slow. It ain't, I mean, I was doing it too.
And with inflation, it's not like we just got money to just be throwing around out here. So now I'm like checking all the cards. I done told my husband, my son, nah, go get me them papers real quick. Come bring that back over here. Let me see.
Yes. Do not throw them away. Keep them, because we're going to do a masterclass this year that I already have planned, where I'm going to show you guys how you can get, so each violation is $1,000. So we're going to start looking at bills and different things like that. So keep all your finance notes and all y'all paperwork, because we're going to start talking about the violations, and I'm going to have you guys upload some of the bills so I can use it as examples of how they're violating our rights and how we can actually use the invoices and the bills that they sent us to get a check. Especially, I want y'all to send me stuff that y'all owe money on too, because they're gonna remove it because I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what to say. I'm gonna hit y'all with that. Boom. I got y'all. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all know how I hit this stuff off the top of my head. It's just natural. Okay. I've been doing this a long time. So if I went fast, I apologize. But I got y'all. Like, that's what the credit society is about. We're gonna move as a whole. It doesn't matter where you're starting. All that matters to me is where we end. And where we're gonna end is on the right side of credit. Okay, so don't try to worry about anything. I'm gonna finish this last little piece up, guys. I got y'all. So your social, so you use your social to make any consumer credit transaction possible, meaning you originate the credit. So you are always the original creditor. Period. So how Macy's coming at me talking about you the original creditor? No, I'm the original creditor, and I say I don't owe it because I use my social to make the consumer credit transaction, because y'all pull my money from my bonds account that this U.S. corporation created when they created me a social security card, because they own us, which is how they can come in and CPS can take your kids and all of that, because that's their kids. Unless you naturalize them, which I'm learning how to do, and I'll teach y'all later. But that's how. We're property. They borrow money off of us. Like, oh, I just had a million people born this year, so I'm gonna put bonds on them and I'm gonna make money off of them. I'm leveraging my slaves. They work, I know, and we're gonna keep them alive, to about maybe 60, but now we're gonna kill them off a little early because we don't want them getting Social Security. So we gotta start killing them at about 60 now instead of like 70, so that they can still work 40 years. We can still get all the tax out of them, and then when they die, we're gonna make money off of them. They don't even know that they got money. They don't know we already rich. You're rich. You're rich. You are rich. We are rich. It's a mindset. You just got to know somebody has your money and you got to go get it. Okay. You are the original creditor. If you're the original creditor, then only you can truly validate the debt. So, okay. So this goes to the question where y'all say, well, what happens if they validate it? Remember I said, now they're not going to validate it. They can't, because you're the original creditor. I validate what I owe. It's alleged. Congress allows you to decide whether you think a debt is an obligation or an allegation, and allows you to decide whether you are considered a natural person or organization in any given circumstances. They show you through these laws that you are the most powerful player in the credit game. All you got to do is understand that. All you have to do is understand that. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! All right, so that concludes.
Yes, I do.
That concludes tonight's masterclass.
I'm mind blown right now.
My mind is gone. I don't.
I love y'all so much. And I'm so happy that I could.
I need
Man.
about 6 damn drinks. I'm serious. 6 of them.
I done
Right
already
now.
went and got me one. I put up in the chat like, hey,
Girl,
I need a drink after this.
I got a whole Ciroc bottle in this truck. Y'all playing with me.
Man.
Out here just giving away coins that we ain't got to give away. For what?
Right.
All right,
Wow.
y'all. So listen, this call was recorded, but it will not drop in the society.
Okay.
All right.
Listen.
I feel bad for those who missed it.
And that's why
I sure feel bad. I feel bad.
That's why I'm not. Because what's the first step of success, y'all?
Showing up.
Show up.
Well, look, can you send me the link? I mean, not the link. The what do you call it? PowerPoint?
Can you send me the PowerPoint?
Can you send me the PowerPoint? I need to keep this. I'm a visual learner. I need to study this.
Okay, so listen. I'm actually working on this as we speak as a workbook with what to say, what to do, and it will be dropping on creditwithkiara.com.
Okay,
now,
cool.
Because y'all my good girls, I'm going to get y'all a physical copy.
Yes.
Yes.
So if y'all want it, y'all will be able to purchase, but it will be physical. It will not be digital. Everybody else.
Yes.
And I'm going to also give you guys a major discount because you showed up. Like it's going to be affordable for everybody. Y'all already know that. All my products are affordable. It's really going to be affordable. But I am working on a workbook, y'all, because some of the questions y'all had, I already knew y'all would have. So it will be a script. It would be like a list for you to list out who violated you. Like it's going literally a page to say who violated you so that we can write them all down and know and attack one by one. Period.
They not ready
my
for
husband.
Get him, husband. Get him, husband.
I'm gonna be like your husband. Probably put my Tim's on.
That's right. Put your Tim's on. But I just wanted to tell you guys, I appreciate y'all being here, and I really hope that I gave so much value to you guys. And this is going to be something that happens every month. So we're gonna continue this. This is not anything new. I hope you guys just really learned so much tonight. Because we got another one. Like I said, February is our let me do real quick some announcements. Look, you know how the church, they be like, let me do the church announcements. So announcements coming up, we have our turn up night, which is going to be we're going to do trivia based on this masterclass. I hope y'all took notes. We're gonna do trivia, and then I'm gonna give away some free giveaways, a few free giveaways, and we're also going to give an award to the most active person in society. So y'all just show up, be engaging, comment, invite people, share it. If you love it, share it with somebody. And then the next month, which is February, we have coming up when we break down repossessions. We're also going to do another masterclass, not in in March. No, it was February. March, April, we have another masterclass coming up where we're going to talk about bills and how we can use those bills to get money from the collector. So we're going to I'm going to show you guys how to invoice them and get your coin. And that's going to be a project that we do together. So y'all, it's coming. It's coming. Winter retreat. Sydney, I love you. So I have to give a Coach Shay because I would love to do a retreat. Also, Coach Shay is going to do a masterclass in here with us on the travel agent business. So if you all are interested in becoming a travel agent and traveling for free or for pennies on the dollars, that is what Coach Shay will be teaching on our business side. So she'll be coming to do that in January sometime. And we have a masterclass going on every single month in the business side, as well as additional to what you'll be getting on the personal, y'all. So I hope you all are enjoying. I hope you guys are enjoying the Credit Society. I'm so thankful that y'all are here, and I just see us growing. I'm on the road to, I have a goal of touching 1,000 women's lives. And when you sit and we learned all this information today, who do you think in your life could have used this information?
My grandmother.
Yes, no, seriously, your grandmother, my mama, your mama, your aunties, everybody, right? So y'all do me a favor. I want you guys to share what you learned in the class tonight. Make a post anywhere, it doesn't matter. Share what you learned, because even though they wasn't here for the entire class, at least they can learn something. So then we are spreading the knowledge and we are helping our community. Don't just get this information and not tell somebody. I want y'all to tell somebody.
Oh, you can actually hear me?
I can actually hear you, husband. I hear you.
Oh, I took it off of mute.
I'm glad I didn't, cuz.
All right, y'all. I love y'all, family. I'm jumping off here. I gotta go spend some time with my man. Hey, baby. Look, right. I was just gonna say I gotta go spend some time with my man. I'm trying to be like Patrina. She got her boo. I'm trying to get my boo.
I want to do something special for somebody in this group. Make the best. Huh?
What you gonna do?
The best person to make the best post and tag you. I got another $50 for him.
You gonna give him $50?
Oh Lord.
I'm joining.
Also, ladies, if you guys have a man, husband, boo thing, or situationship, we don't judge. My husband has a all male group where he talks about using credit to build wealth. He talks about finance, marriage, and family. He has his own group similar to the Credit Society, but it's called the Big Energy Group, because everything that he does, he is providing big energy. Okay, period. So if you all have a significant other that can use a fellowship of Black men together that would like to get together, my husband, baby, how much is your monthly subscription? How much is it?
$79.
$79. And we talking about finance.
We're not just talking about finance and stuff like that. We also building a brotherhood where we are literally teaching or holding each other accountable to be the best husband, to be the best father, to be the best business owner, to be the best person you could possibly be. Because if you are great in every area of your life, spiritually, financially, and everything else, you're only going to get to the next level. And the people that's going to be around you, it's going to be so contagious that they can't do nothing but grow with you.
Yes, and for you single ladies, I got something for you all. We will be mixing and mingle with the Big Energy Group when we do some of our business master classes. We will have some of the guys on there. So ladies, be ready, okay? Be camera ready, period. Be camera ready. Is it IG or Facebook? It doesn't matter where you tag me. Facebook, I have the most following. Do both. I mean, he giving $50 away. So look, do both. He said the best, honey. So baby, look, get extra points for somebody who do it on IG and Facebook, baby. I know that's right. But yes, ladies, let me know if there's something you guys are interested in. We'll be collabing with the Big Energy Group. And get your money, get your cash app. Hey,
get your money, get your cash app.
Hey. So once you guys make the post, send me y'all cash app, support at creditwithkiara.com, please. And Bay will definitely send y'all out a cash app. He's so sweet. Y'all see how he just be supporting me. He gonna come in here. He blessed, and y'all getting blessed through me. You hear me? Like my man said, baby, whoever make the best, I'm gonna send them $50. Now, who eating lunch tomorrow? Go on ahead, get you some crab legs for lunch. Go juicy crab for lunch and get y'all some good food. Or maybe $50 can go down on a gift for somebody you weren't even gonna buy a gift for anyway, but now since you got a little extra cash, you're gonna go ahead and do it. Or maybe you can go back down for the kids, or maybe your mama who be begging all the time like my mama because she's spoiled and all. It doesn't matter because my mama is spoiled, okay? Or maybe you can go to a full set, honey, because we got to get our nails done because I'm over here looking like a little tomboy because my nails don't get done until Thursday. Whatever it may be. Get that money, get that cash. Hey, and make sure you guys submit and send me your cash app via email at support@creditwithkiara.com. I'm signing off, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for staying here with me through this 2-hour masterclass. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the society. Love y'all.
Thank you, Kiara.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.